No? No? Huh, okay.
And hello fellow Taker Space Bandit here with another episode of World of Tanks, and today we have another giveaway. Yes, boys and girls, it is the time of the month that we're gonna do a giveaway, and today I have 4 different tanks for you and 2 times 7 days of premium. So here is what I have as far as prices are concerned. We have General T27 Tier 8 Czech medium tank and autoloader. A pretty nice tank, to be honest. We also have Tier 8 Deathstalker, which is sort of equivalent to Tier 8 M26 Pershing, but in a premium version. We also have AMX 1357 Tier 7 French light tank, again autoloader, and last but not least HT number 6, which is Japanese version of a Tiger at Tier 6. And as I mentioned earlier, we also have 2 times 7 days of premium. So what I will need you guys to do is leave a comment underneath this video. Make sure you specify which tank would you like to get. Also leave your gamer tag and platform. Make sure your gamer tag is exactly how it appears on your console, so that there's no confusion as to whether you're gonna get the prize or not. As far as the winners go, we'll have a draw on Wednesday, March 31st, at which point I will have another video and I will announce the winners of this draw. And the way this is going to work is, for the winners, the tanks and the premium time will be automatically deposited into your account on April 1st, or somewhere between April 1st and April 7th. Within the week of April 1st, you'll get these tanks deposited, but normally Wargaming deposits them on the 1st of the month. So I expect them to be in your account at least on a Thursday, April 1st, or Friday, April 2nd. Anyway, good luck to everyone. I hope you end up with some sort of a prize in this draw. If not, like I mentioned to you guys before, do not despair. There will be plenty of draws in the future. So if you don't win this time around, maybe you can win next time around or next month. Anyway, that's enough about the draw. Without further ado, let's jump into the game that I have for you today. And today I bring you a game in my M26 Pershing, which is kind of similar to the Deathstalker. So I was aiming to pick a tank that I actually have, and since I don't have any other tanks that are in this draw, and I do have M26 Pershing, so I just decided to show you that tank and the playstyle of this tank. To be honest, M26 is a beautiful machine. It used to be one of my most favorite tanks in the game when I first started playing this game. I have an incredible amount of games in a Pershing, and just recently I bought it back and I jumped into it, and I couldn't believe how much I enjoy playing this tank. It's still relatively good in today's meta. It has some mobility. It can get up to 48 kilometers per hour, which should get you in a position pretty quick, or if you need to run away from the situation, you have enough mobility to do that. It has really good view range at 400 meters with the top package, which is absolutely spectacular. That means nothing within your tier can outspot you, unless obviously the opposition has better camo, in which case Pershing's camo is not the greatest, but it's not the worst either. It has really good aim time. We're talking 2.3 seconds, 240 alpha, which is quite standard for a tier 8 medium tank with a 90mm gun. Penetration is quite nice. Standard shells have a penetration of 190mm, which is not bad already, but when you press that A button, your premium shells have penetration of 268mm, which is quite fantastic, to be honest. And with that, you can already fight versus tier 10s, that's for sure. Although not the heavily armored tank destroyers or heavy tanks, you're still gonna have to try to flank them because, yeah, 243mm is not gonna go through the front of the E100, for instance, unless it's a lower plate. Accuracy of 0.37 in today's meta, not a problem. With your commander skills and equipment, you should be able to bring this down significantly, at least to 0.2s. Gun depression of 10 degrees, which is absolutely spectacular. And a turret which can bounce a shell from time to time, but don't count on it versus tier 10s. Versus your own tier, you'll be able to bounce some shells, but versus tier 9s and 10s, it's not going to work. As far as Deathstalker is concerned, the difference between Pershing and Deathstalker is quite minimal, to be honest. Deathstalker has slightly lower rate of fire, since it has 7.2 second reload stock. Pershing's reload is a bit faster at 6.85 seconds in between the shells. Deathstalker accuracy is slightly worse, but only by 0.01 meters, so that's not really a problem. Another thing to note is the fact that Deathstalker's view range is only 390 meters, so there's a 10-meter difference there between Deathstalker and the Pershing. Other than that, the tanks are pretty much identical. Anyway, enough about the tank. Let's just jump into the gameplay and see what's going on here. So today I have two games for you guys. The first game is, actually both games are on Prokhorovka, except they're from opposite spawns. So I will show you how I play this map. And as you noticed, in this first game, we took a very aggressive position. Well, early we went into area E5, tried to see if we can get any spots over there. Then we relocated to area E3 because it looked like our light tank dropped off. And then because we were losing the battle, we pushed hard into the ball. And that's where we kind of got a little bit in trouble because we got kind of outgunned there. But because we had a light tank still in play, he kind of helped us in that situation. But with our 400-meter view range, we were able to spot all these guys down the K line, which enabled us and our team to put some shells into these guys. As you noticed already, we had a really nice result. We're sitting at 2200 assisted damage, about 2100 raw damage. So now it's just the closing time, because it looks like on 9 and 0 lines there are two tanks that can outgun the one medium tank of the opposition. But then I know at the same time that the Barask and another light tank, they're working together. They came around all the way through the A line, so they're probably on the north side of the map right here. Now I'm a little bit cautious here because I have a TD with me, but he's very slow. It's a tier 8 slow British TD, so I want to play off of him, but I don't want to overexpose so we don't lose our HP, and I don't want to be throwing this game. Although I don't think we would be able to throw it, but if these two guys, let's say, outnumber me in the ball, if I were to go into the ball, then I would get in trouble because obviously I would easily die. The Barask has 2-shot autoloader plus the setter. If he puts a shell into me as well, they could easily take me out of the game. But anyway, we spot Barask after he fired, so we are able to put a shell into him and we get him out of the game. And now it's just a matter of final damage and taking out the setter. I think it is the setter that we're against. Yes, it is. So we're going to try to go into the ball right now, right here, and we're going to try to see if we can put some finishing shells into this guy. Yeah, just waiting for our light tank to spot. There's no point for me moving forward if our light tank is going to spot. I'm just going to wait here and try to fire my gun. Here, can we put a shell into him? Yes, we can. We led that shot pretty well. And now he's behind the building. Is he going to poke? Come on. Come on, dude. Give me some extra damage. Give me some extra damage. He's behind the building. Smart guy. He's playing it all right. We put another shell into him. And I don't remember if I was able to take him out. No. He gets taken out. And this game concludes. Which was a relatively close game at the end, when you think about it. Anyway, it's a victory. We finish on top of the team with 3000 damage. 3000 damage for this thing is quite nice. Because small alpha, 240, right? Actually, it rolls low 200s anyway. So we ended up with, what, 5000 combined damage. We finished with Mastery Ace Tanker for this game. And I'm currently sitting at second mark with this tank. And maybe at one point I will 3-mark it. I'm not sure, but I do enjoy it after buying it back. So we finish on top of the team with 1618 base XP. Again, 5k combined. Alright, let's jump into the second replay, and in this one we're going to show you how we play Prokhorovka from the opposite side of the map, or the south side of the map. So from this position, from this side of the map, I like to play it very similar to the north side of the map. So I'm gonna get myself into position F3, and the advantage of that position, and I know some guys prefer to play this map a little bit more central, like somewhere in the area F5, and work from there. But the problem playing in the middle is that you have to pay attention to both flanks, because tanks will have shots at you from both sides of the map. So if there's someone on the hill at 0 line or 9 line, and someone playing on 1 and 2 lines, they'll have shots at you in the middle there. While if you're here in position E3, the people or the tanks that are on 9 and 0 line, you're out of render range for them, so they won't be able to shoot you. Only the guys on the left or 1 and 2 line will be able to have shots at you, right? So that's the thinking here. Now also with 2 RDs in play, this is a little bit difficult too, because RDs usually pay attention to the first tank that gets spotted. As you notice here, I'm already doing circles because I don't know if RD shells are going to come or not. So I was lucky enough that in both games, actually in the first one and in this one, RD is not really paying attention to me. If RD was paying attention to me, my game would probably be short-lived, because I'm on the front lines. Like here, I can see RD shells coming in, but then I realized they're not even coming after me. So whoever is spotted in the back, the RD is trying to shoot them instead of me. So if that's the case, I'm just going to get extra brave over here, and I'm going to start putting shells into these guys. As you can see, we have a lot of tanks to shoot at. A lot of tanks to shoot at. Looks like the opposition brought most of their tanks on this side of the map, and we're going to have a lot of targets. So this tank, just like Deathstalker, is just an amazing rage fighter. All you got to do is poke your head up, put a shell in, back out, go back up, and put another shell in. As you notice here, my reload is what, 5.4 seconds. Deathstalker will be a little bit worse, probably 5.6, 5.7, but it doesn't really matter. With that rate of fire, you can still deal a ridiculous amount of damage. So that's what we're going to keep on doing. We're going to poke our head up. We're going to spot these guys there. Again, this tank with 400 meter view range, Deathstalker 390, it's still going to be very good. Especially with your situational awareness and optics, you'll be able to extend that view range quite significantly, probably somewhere within 440 meter range, which is quite good. So you will be spotting from this position as well as dealing damage. If there are too many tanks paying attention to you, you just poke your head up and you just spot, right? And if they're not paying attention to you, then you deal damage and spot. And that's what I've been doing in this game pretty much. I've been dealing damage and spotting. So right now I'm not spotted. I'm kind of sitting on top of the ridge, which is a little bit of a dangerous play. But in case I get spotted, I can easily scoot forward towards the ball. And that's exactly what happens here. So I'm going to scoot forward. I'm only worried about someone sitting on the left-hand side. I wasn't sure if there's... Sometimes there are TDs sitting on the left-hand side on one lane, pretty high up. But I would have been able to spot them at this point, and I haven't. So we're going to just push up a little bit further, see if we can spot these guys in the bushes. As you can see, I haven't even lost any HP in this game yet. Like, no one was really targeting me. All the opposition was targeting the tanks that are on 1 and 2 lane, actually on the 2 lane. All of our greenies are sitting there. But I haven't really been shot at. Right, so I'm going to try to play it extra aggressive here. Just because, like I said, I still have a lot of HP. So I'm going to try to put some shells into this guy. We put a shell into him. And these are all my spots. Look at my spotting numbers increase right there. Over 4,000 damage spotting right now. And the piggy gets spotted. So we're going to try to put blind shell into him. We know he's still there. But now he disappears. And now we're going to change our attention to the guys on the right. So we put a shell into the Dragon. And then I realized if I can shoot that VK, maybe I can shoot him. But he disappears. Unfortunately, I probably should have been shooting the Dragon, to be honest, because he was the one spotted. And we're going to push forward. Piggy spotted again. We're going to put a second shell into him. Or we don't. Or we bounce. We bounce the Piggy. Yeah, Piggy. But we put another shell into him. We take him out of the game. Now this Roger Dodger spotted. We're going to push forward and fire at the same time. Just because I have enough HP. I have a lot of HP to give away right now. So I don't really care. If something actually hits me, they cannot kill me. Unless it's an RD shell that lands directly on my engine deck or something like that. Anyway, we see this guy. He's side onto us, so we should be able to put shells into his turret, and that's exactly what we do. We put couple into him. Now he turns forward towards us. Already starts shooting at us. We put the shell into this guy's bottom plate, and now we're gonna move forward, turn around, and try to get rid of Piggy, but Piggy gets taken out by our friendlies, and we conclude this game with an incredible, freaking ridiculous amount of combined damage. Absolutely sick amount of combined damage, guys. Take a look at that. We ended up with 3.2k induced damage, and wait till you see the spotting damage. I think it was about 5k. There we go. 5,000 spotting damage. Absolutely insane. Which brings the total to 8.2k combined damage for a tier 8. That's an insane number. That should be an ace tanker, and it is. It is an ace tanker. And our mark was up to 92.36 at this point, but I don't think I've played this tank ever since. Anyway, we finish on top of the team with 1952 base XP. Beautiful base XP. Very nice game for this tank. Anyway, guys, good luck with the draw. That's it for today. Until next time, happy tanking. Space Bandit, checking out.